I wouldn't personally eat oatmeal out of a cup. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Good morning.
I said, we're the same. Thank you.
That's my way of saying thank you. Thanks.
Say, I don't know.
Hey, good morning. I decided to do this video because it was fresh on my mind and it kind of coincides with the last video that I did. Good morning. So I thought that I would do it and kind of just talk about everything, right? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Angel, Casey, December, Brooklyn, Ruth G, Nicole, Angel, Simone, Faith, Kiki, LT, Elizabeth, Jasmine. Good morning, y'all. And I wanted to do this video while I was fresh. And it kind of go inside to why people fall out of magic and how to stay in it and how to stay encouraged and all of this good stuff, right? Um, so you're not getting a core Duchess, you getting a real Duchess this morning. So why do people fall out of magic, fall out of the occult? Why do they do that? Right? Thank you for this. You're welcome. I don't know, you might not like what I have to say, but I think it's imperative that you say stuff like this and that you talk about it because I've been doing it on social media for a decade, right? Or nearly a decade. And so much of stuff has changed. So much has happened. Thank y'all for the hearts. So much has evolved. So much has transpired. A lot of shit has happened. Uh, you had COVID. You got to really stop doing flip flop. Well, hopefully by the end of this video, you won't feel like you got to flip flop. Uh, People have been sick, people that lose jobs, people that been homeless, people that got calls, people that switched job. Like it's so much that has happened. And since you just say you started on this path, one thing that an older white lady told me that she owns the Labyrinth here in Dallas, and it's the oldest witchy shop. She told me that the reason why it's called the path is because it is something that you will follow your whole life. I have never forgotten her saying it to me. That is something that has stuck with me from the beginning to now. So if you fall off your path, first and foremost, you can always get back on it. You like her, Casey Joe, you love her shop too. Look, if you go tell her I mentioned her. Um, oh, happy birthday, it's Williams. Thank you for hitting the like button. So I feel like we think that because we're so mentally conditioned that everything has to look a certain kind of way and that if you stop you can't never start back, and that's not true. And you have to choose one thing or the other, and I don't feel like you have to do that. That's ego and people personality. Okay, and I don't feel like you have to do that. I feel like if you want to be a Christian, be a Christian, and if you want to light a candle, you can do that. Bishop Mason did it. And he was the creator of the Kojic Church. He infused hoodoo into and the occult into Christianity.
I think
Go ahead.
that's what that's what realistic thinking people do.
Mhm.
They take several ideas
Hi, Ashley.
from
How
different
is
places, and they bring them together and they start their own because it suits their lifestyle.
Yeah, I think you can like all the candles you want and go to church Sunday if that's what you want to do. The Catholics like candles.
One
The
side,
Catholic, look, the Catholics like candles. The Catholics have incense. The church and the occult is so deeply, deeply intertwined. You just have to do it your way, which brings me to my list. Why do people fall out of magic? Number one, and yeah, y'all know I be taking notes and I be writing stuff down. The first thing is they aren't getting the results that they expected to get. Most times, if you try something and it don't work the way that you thought that it was supposed to work, you're not gonna want to fucking stick with it. That is okay. You know that, right? Y'all, and this is another thing too, before I go any further with it. Take the pressure off yourself. Take the pressure off yourself. Take the pressure off of yourself. There is no perfect spiritualist. There is no perfect magician or magic person, or there's no perfect person in the occult. There's no perfect spiritual worker. There's no perfect Babalao. There's no perfect Mambo. It's no perfect person. Good morning, Miss Ashley T. So take the pressure off of yourself. Like I said, the first one is you don't get the results that you wanted. A lot of y'all fall into magic behind a nigga.
trying to do something bad. Trying to do something bad.
No, and that ain't even necessarily where I'm going with it, but that is a part of it too. But I've never practiced witchcraft, but I learned everything I can because of spell work that was done to me. My husband, I wanted to learn to protect myself. I love your videos and you. Thank you. Most times it's because of a man. Well, anything that you base off of a man or getting a man to come back to you, 9 times out of 10, it might not work. So if you tried and it didn't work and it was due to a man, there's not no reason not to try. Keep going. It's okay. Did I see Shawnee O'Neal's husband, Pastor Ken, talking about God won't bless you if you give to the poor, you only get blessed from giving tithes. Um, I saw it. I have an opinion about that. I don't know if y'all want to hear it because it's kind of. I don't know if y'all want to hear it. Do y'all want to hear my opinion about that? Uh, okay. The consistency said, tell it. I watched one of your videos on love spills and you said instead of doing love work, do self love. I followed your advice. Great. This is my opinion on that. This is my damn. Okay. This is my opinion on that. I don't think it's anything wrong with giving to people that need something. But what is their plan? That's just like people will hit me up and ask me for money. Let's just say it's for your rent. Let's just say your rent $2,000. You hit me up saying I need money for my rent. I'm gonna ask questions like why, how many people stay in there, blah 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 blah, right? But what's your plan so that this doesn't happen again? Are you just asking me for this particular time? Or are you this is something that you've been dealing with because you living above your means? So y'all, I don't know if y'all gonna just let me land the plane. I don't think there's anything wrong with helping people, but what's their motherfucking plan to help themselves? People tentatively think that you're supposed to just give, give, give. No. What's the other person's plan that's asking? Because you want to make sure that you don't fall into this shit again. Because if you don't have a plan, then just know whatever you do is just gonna be fucked up. If your mortgage is $2,000 a month and you know you can't afford $2,000 a month, and I help you this month, but you don't have a plan, if you don't have a plan for next month, you're gonna have the same problem again next month. And what are you gonna do then? See, a lot of times, and it falls into number one, they not getting the results they expect. Are you being realistic? Are you being realistic with your magic? Or are you on this fairy tale ass bullshit? Because what's your fucking plan? If you know you can't afford it, bitch, why are you there? Why are you? If you're not happy with a fucking job, why are you not doing the work to get another job? You could do spells, but you got to do mundane work too. Well, I'm not happy. Well, have you applied somewhere else? No. Well, then you must not be too goddamn unhappy, because if you did, why are you choosing to stay there? See, I think that we are in a society where people are entitled and they think that they are entitled to your shit. Because you worked hard for it, they think that they entitled to it. Now, back to the Pastor Ken thing. I think that people now are getting smarter. I think now you can't use that same religious mumbo jumbo ass bullshit to manipulate people into giving you something. Now, would I give to the poor? What is your definition, number one, of the poor? That's my question. Number two, you don't want to give into dry lands. Why the fuck would I be wanting to give to a bitch that's on Section 8? Bitch don't keep her house clean. Bitch don't like to work. Bitch smoke weed all the motherfucking time. Bitch get $5. She go buy her some motherfucking cigarettes and a goddamn bush beer. Like, why would I want to give to a dry land? She's not going to do anything with it anyway. Now, from that concept, no, I'm not giving nobody shit. Like, what's your fucking plan, bitch? Because every time you get food stamps, instead of you filling up your refrigerator, filling up your freezer, you're fucking selling your stamps. You might be paying something on your bills, but you're not even paying them all the way out. Listen, because a bitch will buy some stamps. Okay, let me not. However, what is your plan? So, in that aspect, you can give to the poor. Because what the fuck are you doing to try? What are you doing for yourself? A lot of people, life fucking happens to everybody, first and foremost. Everybody go through shit, including me. But you have to make a choice. I said this in my Infinite Energy group yesterday. I'm going to say it for y'all today. Your superpower is the power that you have to choose. That's your fucking superpower. It's your choice in being happy. It's your choice in being sad. It's your choice. It's the choice that you make. That's your superpower. Everybody wondering, what's my gift? What's my superpower? To choose. You know that nigga ain't shit. The dick might be wonderful, but he ain't got nothing else going on. Good morning. I mean, are you with me? Are y'all still with me? The choice is a superpower. That is your superpower, because you get to choose. You get to say, I don't want this anymore. I don't want I don't want to deal with this anymore. So now you got to make a plan to get out of it. Now you got to make a plan to move out of it. Listen, some of y'all are so caught up in what you think somebody else gonna think about you. That's why that's why you fall out of magic too. You aren't getting the results that you expect. But what are you expecting? Is it real? Or does it play along with this fake ass motherfucking reality that you created for yourself? Now, if you're using it for imagery to say, I do want it like that, okay, then say that. But to think, that's just like, how you gonna be 327 pounds, but your nigga gotta be fine as fuck? Do you know that is the exception? That is not the rule. Well, he gotta accept me for how I am.
And vice versa. Niggas do the same.
And niggas do the same thing. You got a fucking pot belly looking like, I'm talking about, and the nigga belly be so motherfucking big and hard, like a goddamn African fucking drum.
Breathing hard.
And you think this nigga sleep and he woke sitting up breathing and shit. That happens. Or your dick is short as this. Oh, my phone. Just saying. You gotta be realistic. Yeah, accept me for me. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You love you. You look like you hugging yourself, right?
Ooh, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Nigga ugly, nigga under his belly, the skin all motherfucking fucked up and irritated and shit. Cause he's sweating under his motherfucking gut and shit like that. It just be fucked up. And he's sitting up talking about he want his dick sucked. Ain't nobody lifting that shit up. And every time you sucking his dick and you looking up and this nigga got all this old scarred scaly tissue up under his motherfucking flaps.
No, it's very that's nasty.
But he want a 10. How? How, Oompa Loompa? Nigga shaped like a whole hard ball egg. Talking about he want her to be fine. You got enough money for that? So again, the first thing on why I feel like people don't get the results that they expect because you're not being realistic. I've seen some backwards built ass bitches. I'm talking about they got a booty in the front and the motherfucking back. Sit, sit up, sit up and be. I said take her phone. Saying teeth missing on the side of shit, bitch. Go get that motherfucking get that bitch filled in. Sitting up, ha ha ha. Oh, the nigga got rotten motherfucking teeth. Bitch, if you don't go to the motherfucking dentist, you've been working for the city for 27 years. Use that goddamn dental insurance. I said, why you take my phone right there? It's on my phone right here. I'm on my computer.
Nah.
But where am I lying at? Where am I lying? Nigga dusty and shit, feet fucked up, scaly, rough ass motherfucking skin. Said log out. Look, skin out motherfucking scaly on his feet. The bitch looked like he got alligator feet. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Toenails all fucked up. You see the female?
Like motherfucking expensive skin like
Huh.
damn, look like she coming out of, out of the pores of her soul. I said, no.
And then had a nerve to my rub your feet. Rub your what? Head 'em?
Damn.
So it'd be a lot of females that would still talk like, okay, feeling like creepers. Y'all get that shit fixed. Another reason why people fall out of their magic too is self-doubt. You never believed in yourself in the first fucking place. 100% of the 100th time And the one time that you do magic, you have to believe in yourself. And self-doubt does not mix with magic. You have to be so goddamn for certain. You got to live in that fairy tale world I don't want you to live in when you're doing magic. Self-doubt. Self-doubt. You doubt every motherfucking thing. Why did you even do it? Why did you pay for the spell work? Why did you even buy the products? Why? Why do you even waste your time if you're going to doubt the work? Well, I'm gonna do it. I mean, if it don't work, it don't work. That falls back to number one. You're not gonna get the results that you expect. You wasn't 100% in. I bet if that nigga said something, you'd be 100% in and that. The third one, ego, 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 ego. Oh my God. Everybody want to be the prize. Everybody want to think they the prize. Everybody. Everybody. And you probably are to your mama. But just remember, you might not be the prize to everybody else. Because the only person that has to love you unconditionally is the person that made you. I said this yesterday too. Your kids don't even have to love you the way you love them. They absolutely do not, because they did not ask to be here. I know that might sound crazy for me to say that, but it's true. Your kids do not have to love you. Your kids don't have to love you the way you love them. They don't. And a lot of y'all, oh, it got quiet. Your ego. You literally think that a nigga just got to be with you because it's you. No. You literally think that job better like you because you're working it. No. No. It doesn't work like that. You're only a prize to yourself, really. You can't expect it from other people to see you that way. You gotta stop that. I don't think that I'm the end all to be all. I don't think I'm the end to be all for Damon. I don't think I'm the end all to be all for anybody. But I think I'm the end to be all for me. But it's your ego. Some of y'all ego it is so super inflated. And if people told y'all the truth about yourself, y'all wouldn't even like them. You wouldn't even do the work to fix it. You would be like, oh, they hating on me. Baby, everybody not hating on you. And y'all really have inflated a lot of men's ego because y'all ain't telling the truth. But ego is the reason why people fall out of magic, because you think just because it's you. Amy said, do you think people can manifest people no matter what? It freaks me out so bad. I don't want anyone manifesting me. I mean, yes, I do think that people can manifest people into their life. I absolutely do. And that only shows how precious and how beautiful you are if someone's able to manifest you, because you're just that girl, you're just that guy. I don't think that should freak you out. Oh my God, oh my God. When I tell people the truth, they be mad. I be like, I have shit to fix. Nobody perfect. Yeah. And then too, people don't hear, a lot of times people hear through their triggers and they hear through ego. That just means that they're not emotionally mature to handle it, is what you say. If you're saying it in out of love, because sometimes people do say stuff to be mean, and they say it with a mean spirit too. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying you're being honest. You telling what it is, and you doing it from a place of love. Another thing is you half-ass do stuff. You don't put 100% into anything, and you skip steps. If the spell is requiring 5 things, you were like, "Fuck it, I got through 3, I'm gonna do these 3." You're not gonna get the results that you expected. Again, that is the reason why people fall out of magic. because you half-assed it anyway. And then some of y'all, as Mr. Gemini said, are one-trick ponies. You think it's one size that fit all, and it's not. That's why you should, before you do certain things, you need to have a spiritual investigation. You need to have a reading. You need to have a conversation. You do, because it's not one size that fit all in magic. It's just not. I understand that it be people asking for readings and want to do work on people, but you got to fix yourself. That's always number one. Lots of people want to complain, but not take the advice to change. Because a lot of people, they find the attention is better than working on a solution. Another thing why people fall out of magic is peer pressure. Peer pressure, and they're afraid to stand alone. Magic, the occult, spirituality is very taboo. It's still taboo. It's not the majority, it's the minority, right? And we want someone to validate us so big. We want validation, and we want to know that what we're doing is all right, but it might not be all right for everybody else. That's why you got to make sure that it's right for you. Good morning. How long should someone focus on shadow work before trying any type of magic? It's like 2 years, 5 years. How did you do it? It's um it's a daily process. And everybody's different, 90s baby. That's the same thing I just said. There's not a one, it's not a one trick pony. What might work for you might not work for the next person. It could be 6 months, it could be 3 months, it could be a year. Everybody's different. That's why I feel like you really should do the work. How long the work is for everybody is different. I always suggest to getting somebody that you trust, getting someone that you're going to have a connection with. Get someone, let spirit guide you. Some things that you heal from, or some things in your shadow work, it takes a lifetime to heal from it. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna share this with y'all. Um, the other day, I was having a conversation with my baby, and she said to me, "I want to apologize to you." And I was like, "Why?" And she said, "I apologize because I knew the things that you have went through in your life with Nana," meaning my mother, my adopted mother, my great aunt that raised me. And my baby saw some of those things. And she said, "I knew that you had been abused too, but you never talk about it. And so I knew some ways that Nana manipulated you, and I did the same thing." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Mom, you never talk about your life." And I said, "I'm very transparent. I talk about my life all the time." And she was like, "No, Mom, you don't talk about everything." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean specifically?" And she said, "Mom, you never talk about how Nana abused you." And I said, "Well, I do talk about it. I talk about her being how mean and stuff she was to me." And she said, "No, Mom, like the physical abuse." And I realized I don't talk about that. I talk about, we've had instances when I got older, we would fight, but I did not talk about um the physical abuse I suffered as a child going into my teenage years. And for those who have read my book, I don't even really discuss that. And she was right. It is Jaylee, simply Jaylee. And she was like, I saw some of that and I used it against you too. And I was wrong for that. And I'm getting ready to be 29 years old. And she was like, because yeah, my baby did old. And I don't know, mom, you should talk about that more. And I said, I think the reason why I don't talk about it is because maybe if I did, I would be ripping the wound off of a scab off of something that I don't know if I could recover from. That's what I said to her. And I said, or I've just learned how to not focus on that because as an adult, I can't blame, or I've chosen not to blame my childhood trauma on the things I do as an adult now. And she was like, see, mama, that's so big of you. I want to get like that. And I said, I was abused. It was torture, but she's dead now. And I always thought in my head that the dead would never have control over the living, meaning my mother will not have control over my emotions, over how I feel about myself and other people, because she's dead now. And I said, I refuse to look like what I've been through. I refused to look like that. And she was like, but yeah, don't you ever want to talk about it? And I said, not really. Because bringing up those memories sometimes, you not only bring them up, you relive them. And I don't want to relive a lot of that stuff. And she said, well, I just wanted to apologize to you because I'm just now seeing who you are. And I didn't see who you are like that before. And I am so sorry. And I said, wow, that was very mature of you. And I said, I forgive you. And for those who don't know, this is my niece. Uh, I've had her since she was 11, on and off, since she was 11. I had her when she was like a baby, and then my sister would take her back, and that back and forth type of shit. So, but she calls me mom. And so she said, I just want to tell you that I see you, and you were the best bonus mom that I ever could have had. And it took me all of this time to see you, to see your pain, to see how you've conquered it. And I said, I'm still conquering it every day. So that goes to the question that I can't remember who asked. 90s baby, I think. I chose to be in this space. I chose. I chose. I didn't want to wear that. I didn't want to be a victim of it anymore. She's dead and gone now. And I refuse to allow that to construct how I make my life today. I will forever be healing from that. I will forever heal from that. I will share this with you guys. I used to be afraid to sleep in the dark, and I still am. I'm not gonna say afraid now, but I just don't like to. And I'll tell you why. Um, my mom told me that this little girl, and if you read my book, you know this story. Um, that it was a dead little girl in my closet. And when I was bad, she was gonna come and she was gonna get me. And so whenever I would do something wrong, it could be I left a fork in the sink. She would beat me at the bottom of my feet and she would throw me in the closet. And sometimes she would tie my hands together where if the girl came in my closet, I wouldn't be able to fight. And I realized I didn't want to be in the dark because I was scared. But I learned to make that little girl my friend. Whether my hands was bound and tied or not, I wasn't gonna be afraid of that. Even though I hate the fucking darkness, I wasn't gonna let that me being bound or tied to something make me be afraid to be there if I had to be there. So the darkness doesn't scare me now. I just don't like to sleep in it. I always sleep with like a little light or something on. But those are some of the things that I went through. And it's okay. And that's another thing too. I do not share a lot of that only because I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. I have had a wonderful life as an adult. As an adult, I have. I don't remember when I was growing up as a child, I was ever happy. I was never happy. I was always crying. I was always sad as a child. I always was. Sometimes my mother would punish me by telling me that my biological mother was gonna come get me. So if I did something wrong or something she didn't like, she would make me pack up all my clothes in a garbage bag. And she would make me sit in the front door and wait for her, knowing that she did not call my biological mother to come get me, but she would do that to torture me. And then I would go the whole day. She wouldn't feed me or nothing. She would just make me sit in the front door with my garbage bag of my stuff for my mom coming to get me. And she never came and got me because she didn't even know. And she would wait to the end of the day and say, see, I told you nobody would want you. See, you owe me because I'm the only one that wants you. I'm the only one. She would do that to me. And it could be for any fucking thing. She was so manipulative and fucked up in the head. And I didn't realize that it was manipulation. She was extremely manipulative. And in my mind, I started getting where I would say, well, if she come get me. Fuck it. I'm tired. But I realized that I've always had to fight with somebody thinking this is my great aunt did that. My great aunt, they raised me. I have this thing with letting people go. I realize I have a hard time letting people go. They could be the most toxic, abusive, fucked up people in the world, but I don't never want to let them go. I have a hard time with leaving because I never want to leave something because I know how I feel to be left. So I will hold on and hold on and hold on. So does the shadow work ever stop? Hell no, it don't. But you have to learn how to overcome those things in your way. Again, I chose not to let this just put me in this thing where I can't see greatness and I can't see good in anything. I had to do the magic for that. I had to do the work, and I had to believe, number 1, I deserved it. Number 2, I fucking deserve it. Out of all the motherfucking shit that I done been through, I deserve to have everything in my motherfucking life that's great. I deserve to see, to taste, to feel, to experience everything in opulence and everything in excellence. I deserve it because I am a great fucking person. I have a wonderful fucking heart, and there is never gonna be a no for me. I don't know if her mother did that to her. I don't know that. I don't know. So I have chosen that is my superpower. My superpower is I get to choose. But guess what? Your superpower is you get to choose too. I chose to be happy. I didn't even know what it meant to be was to be happy. When I was growing up, I cried from the time I got up in the morning. My mother was bitching at me, hollering at me, fussing at me, cussing at me, hitting me, something. Hadn't even went to school yet. So when I left to go to school, school was my sanctuary because this was a place, even though I didn't dress like everybody else, even though I didn't look like everybody else, even though I didn't have what other people had, it was a place of peace for me because I didn't have to deal with her mouth. I chose to be happy. I choose to be happy every day. That's my superpower. You got to choose that too. And y'all need to get help. Y'all need to get counseling. Y'all need to get therapy. Y'all need to do the work because the work never stops. I choose to look like this. I choose to be extremely happy. I choose it. And you got to choose it too. I said I was never going to go without. I was never going to struggle. I was never going to have to sacrifice myself again because I did. And I didn't even know that I was doing that. See, I thought my love was here and everybody else was here. That's what I thought. I thought my love is never enough. It will never compare because nobody really wanted me. But the reality of it is, I am my gift. I am my gift. And I get to choose who I share that with. I am my gift. I get to choose who I share that with because that's my superpower. I get to choose. So if I want to fuck with you, I want to fuck with you. I'm talking to your soul. Oh, baby. Thank you for saying it. So when I say stuff, when we you book a conversation with me, when you book uh time with me or reading with me, and I get on your ass about something, I'm not getting on your ass to be mean. I'm getting on your ass because I want you to do better. I don't want you to be stuck. Do you know how easy it is to be fucking just stuck? If I wanted to be sad, misguided, misused, misunderstood, I could choose to be that. I've been through enough shit. You have too. But I choose to live like that. If I wanted to be sad and depressed and miserable, I could be like that because the shit that's happened to me. Choose that. When I say magic saved me, it did because it forced me to believe in myself. It forced me to trust myself. Why are you lighting this candle if you can't do the work? Why are you breathing? Why are you blowing this tobacco, smoking something if you're not going to believe it? Why are you making products? Why are you selling products? Why do you have a store? Why are you doing all of this if you don't really believe in it? I am 100% accountable for every fucking thing I do, for every fucking mistake I make. If I can make amends for it, I want to do that. If I hurt your feelings, it is not my fucking intention. I want to help you. If I said it in a way that was hurtful, tell me so I can make amends for it. People do not understand that It's okay to explain. It's okay to tell people this is why I acted this way. This is why I was triggered. This is why I react. It's okay. Everybody healing from something. Everybody healing from something. I don't give a damn how old they are. And the healing, it never stops. It never stops. The healing never stops. Some stuff you think that you are over it until something else happens that's closely related to what that thing you thought you was over, and then you realize I am not over this. Everything I do from the beginning up until now, I put my heart and my soul in it. I put my heart and my soul in my readings. I put my heart and my soul in the conversations. I put my heart and soul in the products. That's why almost a decade later, I am still here. I am not the most powerful. I am not the most spiritual. I am not the most this. I am not the most that. I do not claim to be. And I am never going to be in competition with another person ever in my life. You want to know why? Get it, girl. If you can get it better than me, get it. I welcome that. Get all the money. You make more money than me. Well, I'm more powerful and I make more money than you, Duchess. Get it, girl. Get it all. Get everything that because you deserve it. I am not a hater. I'm not none of that because I do my work. It is very hard to move me. It is very hard. I have very thick skin. I am not in competition with anybody. I don't even want that. Whatever you need to do to bring you peace, that's what you need to do. But your superpower is if you ain't got nothing else from this video, your superpower is that you get to choose. I get to choose to be happy. I choose to be happy. I choose not to dwell in my trauma. I choose not to dwell in sadness and depression. I had to fight my way out of it just like I tell y'all how to do it. It's because I lived it. I lived it. I'll tell y'all another story. And this is how I know that I have conquered this because I can say it and I'm not balled up crying and folded up and everything else. One weekend, it was Easter weekend. Easter weekend. My dad had bought me this watch. Y'all remember those interchangeable watches where you can change the color of the band? Uh, it had like 7 different colors. And so Easter weekend, I was getting ready to go to church. And so my mom said, go get your watch. So I keep in mind, my mom kept kids in her house. Believe it or not, she was nice to everybody else's kids but mine. Hey, darling. Hi, Infinite Juju. So she kept kids. She was nice to them. She just wasn't nice to me. She was nice to them. So anyway, she tell me to go. Oh, my lashes. She told me to go and get the watch. So I go in my room and I go in my dresser and it's not in the case. And I was like, oh my God, where's my watch at? So I have to go out there and tell her I don't have my watch. Oh God, I already know it's just to be fucked up. I digress. So I go out there and I said, Mom, I can't find my watch. And she goes, your daddy just bought you that motherfucking watch? What you mean you? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know where the watch is. I told your dad don't buy you nothing. You don't deserve shit. And so there you go. That not deserving. Remember, that was a seed that was planted a long time ago. So I'm like, I did lose it. I don't deserve it. She beats the complete fuck out of me. This is right before church. She beat the fuck out of me. She took one of my dad's belts, and my dad rides horses. He used to ride horses and shit. And his belt buckle be this goddamn thick. She beats the shit out of me with the belt buckle. Like completely beat the shit out of me. To the point where my legs were swollen. She made me go take a bath, put some alcohol over my body, and still go to church. Now, Miss Hill was the lady that came and got us to go to church. So she told Miss Hill that I lost my watch and I lied about it. But I didn't lie about it. but the manipulation. So Miss Hill saying you need to pray to God that He forgives you. You know, your parents are really trying, and the least you could do is not be a liar and not lose things that they got for you. So all the way at church, and even when I got to church, I'm praying, God, forgive me. I'm so sorry. I know I need to be a better kid. It is not my mom's fault that she had to chastise me because I deserved it. I lost that watch. I prayed so much at church, y'all. So when we got home, I was not allowed to eat dinner. And so I went to bed. So the next day was Sunday. And the next day was Monday. I'm sorry. And so the lady comes in with a son, one of the kids that my mom babysits. And she goes, Miss Nash, I don't know where T got this watch from, but he didn't brought a whole watch to the house. And I was gonna bring it back yesterday, but I got so busy and it was Easter weekend. But here's this watch. So I'm standing there and she goes, Kia, here your watch. All I could think was she don't owe me an apology. She beat the fuck out of me for nothing. All I could think was God answered my prayers. He answered my prayers. I can be a better person. Now I have to make sure that I'll be a better person because he got me my watch back. Do y'all know I never put that watch on? I never wore it because I didn't think I was worthy enough to wear that watch. You know, my mama never apologized for beating the shit out of me. And I never thought that I was good enough to wear that watch. And I didn't even have it in my heart to be mad about it. I didn't even have it in my heart. She was like, I know you glad you got your watch back. And all I said was, yes, ma'am. For some reason, I can't even stand nothing to be on my wrist. That could be why. I will wear this. I've had this for years. This I wear it on this wrist, but the mindset. I refuse to let stuff like that affect me in such a way that I'm not able to be helpful. You got to look at yourself like that too. You got to healing sometimes it takes forever, and that's okay. But talk to somebody about it. You was gonna ask that. No, I don't wear watches ever. And I have a Rolex, I have a gold nugget watch. I can't. I spent $10,000 on a Rolex watch and I couldn't. It's something about a watch. I can't. I can't. Well, thank you, Miss Deidre, for saying that. I forgave her when she died when I was 24. And she asked for my forgiveness, even though I feel like she asked for forgiveness for herself. I still chose not to do that. Another thing on why people fall out of magic. There it's hard to be it's hard to be consistent with something because we expect results just like that. You didn't forgive your mom? Of course I forgive her. Yeah, I had to so that I could move on for myself. Her forgiveness was for her and mine was for me, and they didn't have to intertwine. Her forgiveness is for her. I forgave her when it happened. That's one of the things that I could forgive anybody. I just don't have to fuck with you no more. Mm-mm. No, I forgive her. I've been forgave her. I don't I don't have it. I really don't have it in my heart like that. I just don't. You forgive people like that for you to heal. Fuck her. And you're welcome. Listen, feel like everything that she do or everything, if when I honor her, feel like that's a privilege. And she better give me whatever the fuck I ask her for as an ancestor, because girl, you owe me. I have so much trauma. My spirituality is the only thing that saves me. Absolutely, Oya. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's why I said Magick healed me. Magick healed me. Magick healed me. It made me believe in myself. It forced me to know I deserve it. And if I'm gonna have results, I better fucking believe in myself like that. Magic healed me. I thank God for the occult. I thank God, Buddha, Allah, the Great Spirit. I thank them all for the occult. I thank them all for every herb, for every candle, for every piece of wax, beeswax, whatever, for every jar, uh for every cup, for every man say, I thank them all. Because all those experiences, everything in my life, I think it made me the most phenomenal spiritualist I could possibly be. It taught me empathy. It taught me sympathy. It taught me how to have hard standards. It taught me how to have boundaries. It taught me I can love you from a distance and love you so motherfucking much. It taught me how to look at manipulation different. It taught me how to look at have a different perspective about it. I love the occult. I love what I do. I love magic. I would never have a poverty mindset about anything. Now, I might be like Pastor Ken. I don't believe in giving to a dry land. Why the fuck is you pouring water in dry land, not a piece of flower, grass, or nothing growing? They better have a fucking plan. The next thing I said, and it's just one more after that, is people lack emotional maturity. People lack emotional maturity. Everything is not an attack. Let me say that again. Everything is not an attack. Everything is not an attack. Let me say it again. Everything is not an attack. There are some people when they talk to you, when they are telling you things that you need to work on, that they see and that you need to change, baby, they are just telling you these are things that you need to change. Everything that someone say to you, it is not an attack. Everything is not an attack. But that's where emotional maturity comes in. You can tell me how you feel about me, and I'm not going to get upset about it because that's your experience of me. And if you want people to have better experiences of you, give them a better experience of you. What did I just say? What did I just say? Everything is not an attack. And if you want people to have a better experience of you, it is up to you to give people a better experience of you because you can't make people feel some kind of way about you. You can't do that. And then there will always be some people, they will talk to you just to have something negative to say about you. You need to get that in your spirit. Some people move like that. You might not move like that, but that don't stop other people from moving like that. Because some people, all they want to do or all they know is just negative stuff. All they know is stuff that will attack. All they know is stuff that will hurt. All they know is how to be in this negative space. That's all they got. Because to come out of that will mean that they have to mature, and everybody don't have that emotional maturity that you might have. So you gotta remember that too. And the last but not least on why people fall out of magic, because you choose to be around the wrong people. You choose to be around the wrong people. If you are around a bunch of people that are naysayers, if you're around a bunch of people that they negative as fuck, what do you think you're gonna be? If you around a whole bunch of people and all they have is a negative poverty mindset, what do you think that you're gonna have? You choose your crowd. Remember, I said that's your superpower. You get to choose. I'm an ancient soul. Maybe I might be. Thank you, 90s baby. I just you get to choose. That includes your crowd of people that you choose to be around as well. Remember, you get to choose. It's okay. You didn't do anything. That's why y'all fall out of magic. All those things that discussed. But what are you gonna do to get back in it? And this time, take it one day at a time. You don't have to have it all figured out. Take you months, take you a year. It doesn't matter, as long as you do it. And I'm gonna give y'all, because I love baths. I'm gonna give y'all a bath to do. Anytime you feel like you're feeling depleted, you feel like everything is against you, I'm gonna give you a bath to do. So get your pen and your piece of paper. Mhm. Y'all get your pen and paper. Mind you, oh, Miss Deborah. You do have a choice, Oya. All right. If you feel like you're being crossed up, if you feel like um if you feel like you just can't get it right and you need something to just uplift you and to power you, I'm working on my second book. I am. And I am going to devote a whole chapter with just baths, because one thing that has really helped me is spiritual baths. And I feel like you should do this bath. It will make you feel like you are, I want y'all to do it. Do the bath, come back, and give me a review on this video. I would love for you to fucking do this bath. Give me a review on this video about it. Uh, you're going, and I told, if you're in my infinite energy group, I gave y'all this yesterday, but and that's one of the bonuses is being in my infinite energy group. I'm always like giving like really good gems. So if you have not joined my infinite energy group, or if you was in it and you got out, you're always welcome to reply. You just got to do a video and you got to be active. Um, you're going to need 1 ounce of chamomile dried, 1 ounce of chamomile dried. You're gonna need 6 cinnamon sticks. 6 cinnamon sticks. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cinnamon sticks. You're gonna need an ounce of Irish moss. 1 ounce of Irish moss. You're gonna need 1 ounce of alfalfa. Yes, Sapphire, I agree. You're gonna need a leaf of five-finger grass. A leaf of five-finger grass. You can get it from my store. I'm sure you can get it from other botanicals. I'm sure. Okay. One bay leaf and 2 sprigs of rosemary. 2 sprigs of rosemary. Just hit me up, Infinite Juju. 1 ounce of golden chamomile, dried, 6 cinnamon sticks, an ounce of Irish moss, 1 ounce of Irish moss. If you wanna put a little bit more than an ounce, you can, of, Irish moss. 1 ounce of alfalfa, 1 leaf of five-finger grass. If you cannot get a leaf of five-finger grass, then I'm gonna say a ounce of five-finger grass because sometimes the leaf might be hard to get, so you might wanna get, if you just get it already, like, broken down and ground, that's fine too. And I say 1 bay leaf, but, you can put 2 or 3 in there. It's okay. It's okay. And then 2 sprigs of rosemary, and y'all could put it in a cheesecloth. You don't necessarily have to put it in the tub, but you can put it, and you can add like rose essential oil or a peppermint essential oil or a eucalyptus essential oil. You can do that, or even lemongrass essential oil, just a few drops. You can steep it for like 7 minutes in boiling hot water. Listen, don't pour no boiling hot water on top of your head. Did y'all hear what I said? Because you got to say, so you boil all of this in boiling hot water and you add the water to your tub of water. You pour the water all over your head. You do it 7 times. 7 times all over. And while you're doing it, you can recite the 23rd Psalm. You do that 7 times as well for 7 days. Or you can have it, if you go on YouTube, you can literally type in Psalms 23 and you can have it playing 7 times while you're doing the rinsing. And you can meditate on love and on luck and on just needing that burst of something to. I love a good spiritual bath. It is one of the main things that have fucking saved me. One of the main things that it has saved me. I hope that that saves you and it helps you as well. Get a reading from me. Book a conversation from me. Try my products. They come from a really good place. Good morning, Amy. If you're just coming on, watch the video. Um, if you have questions, please ask. You guys can come in. I love it. Share, like it, subscribe. You can go onto my website, magicalLadyDuchess.com. You can come into my store. It's in Mesquite, Texas, 4200 Gus Thomasson Suite 110. I've been doing this for a while now. I appreciate you guys too. I appreciate your time, the effort, the likes, the shares, all of it. I don't take any of this for granted. You just go to Infinite Energy and it says Magical Lady Duchess because there's another Infinite Energy group. I'm not a part of that. My group actually has my name on it, Magical Lady Duchess. You have to answer the questions. And when you come in, you got to introduce yourself. You got to speak when you come into our house. Okay. Um, of course, Tibia. I hope I pronounced your name right. I am not a victim. I choose not to be. That is my superpower. I get to choose. I get to choose. You do too. I get to choose. You do too. And if you go onto my website, join the to subscribe to my website because I do be having gems and stuff that I send through the email. I'm gonna start sending spells and stuff through the email. So make sure you go on there and subscribe to my website, magicalLadyDuchess.com, so that you can get those emails and you can get those discount codes and you can get they come once or twice a week But subscribe to my website as well so that you can get things that I don't necessarily post on anything else. So again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I speak nothing but light, love, and blessings onto you. I speak healing onto you. I speak manifesting onto you. And if you are needing to get back into magic, get back in it. I'll help you. I promise. Thank you. Thank you. I will forever do this as long as I'm able to. All right. Ashe.